Hi, in this video, we are going to learn the basics of Figma. First, all you have to do is you have to search for Figma and then you have to click on the first link here. So you can log in with Gmail if you want or create an account. It's up to you. This is the dashboard. Now you have to go to the new design file. So your new design file has been opened. Now let us see what all are the options that Figma has to offer. So here, this is like the main menu, like the file option we find in every other app. It's like that. So here we have file, edit, view, object, text, arrange, vector, and so on. So while we start designing, we will be using all of these. So we'll talk about them one by one later on. This is the move option. This is the scale of different frames according to what we want to design, whether we want to design an app for phone or tablet or desktop. So we have different options over here. Next, we have the shape tool where we can find different shapes like rectangle, line, arrow, ellipse, polygon, star. Then we have pen or pencil tool, the text, and this is for the plugins, components or plugins. So here in plugins, you have various plugins. You can use them for icons, etc. This is the hand tool to move. And this is to add a comment wherever you want. So you can add as many as you want wherever you want. Okay. Now, this side we have got design, prototype, and inspect. So design is for designing, prototype is for connecting all your pages, and inspecting is for coding. So let us start designing. First, we have to create a frame. So when you select the option, either you can drag out the frame and you can adjust the size here, width and height, or just click on it and click delete to delete the frame. Or what you can do is you can go here, you can select whatever size you want, like desktop 1440 into 1024, and you will get that frame directly here. So a frame is important because whatever you create on this, let us say I took a rectangle on this. So you select the frame and you click on present, and it will be presented like this. This is our frame. So this is actual size. You can fit to screen or fit to width. It's totally up to you. So one more thing about presenting is you can see that there's a new tab which has been opened, but you can go back to this tab and you can edit this. Let us say I keep it here and it will automatically be updated in this tab. See, that's one thing. Now, how do we zoom in and zoom out? So you have to hold down control and you have to scroll up to zoom in and scroll down to zoom out. Okay, hold control, scroll up to zoom in and scroll down to zoom out. Next, how do we take a duplicate? So you have to click on the element, hold alt. You can see that there's a white color arrow appearing, something extra. So that will appear, which means you're ready to drag it out. Click and drag it out. So click and drag it out to create a duplicate. I'll show it to you once again. So what you have to do is you have to click on the element first to select it and then you have to hold Alt, click and drag to make a duplicate. Control Z or Control Z to undo it. So we have got another duplicate here. I don't want it. So Control Z will undo it. So also you can use hand tool to move around. So you just have to click to grab it and you can move around the document. So let us say I have one more frame over here and then one more frame under this. So we have so many frames. So if you don't want to scroll up and down or sideways, what you can do is you can take the hand tool, hold it and push it up. So click and push up to go down and push and go down to go up. So you can move around all the frames. Also, you can go to the selection tool. You can select the frame, just click on the frame name to select it and you can move it around like this. Next, let us learn about the layers. So this is desktop 1. The frame is called desktop 1. You can change the name to frame. You can see these are the layers. So this is our frame that we are working on. And inside this frame, we have a rectangle. So if you bring this rectangle outside the frame, it goes outside the frame here in layers. Whereas if you bring it inside the frame, it goes under the frame. So now if we create one more rectangle, so this rectangle 2 under the frame. Now let us see what are the constraints. So we can change the position of this rectangle. We can change the width and height of this rectangle. We can change the radius as well. So if we give a radius of 10, you will see that this is curved compared to this one. So what happens if you give 100? It's even more rounded. You can also change the colors. You can either enter a hex code here. You can turn the opacity down, turn the opacity up. Go on the hue slider, change the color. Then we have stroke if you want to give a border. And this stroke, like I want to give a red color stroke with a thickness of 10. So there is a stroke of 10 pixels, red color stroke of 10 pixels. And if you don't want to see it, you can just switch it off like this. If you want to see it, you can switch it on like this. It's entirely up to you. Now, coming to the text. So you have to select the text and you just have to drag out. Then you have a small cursor here. So you can type whatever you want. This is a text. So what are the constraints here? You can change the font, Poppins. Okay, so it's Poppins now. Then you can change the weight. You can give bold and it turn into bold. Then you can change the size. Let's give a bigger size. If you want, you can drag it out like this or squeeze it like this. And then these are the tracking and line space, etc. This is the alignment, middle alignment, right alignment, left alignment. You can change the text color. You can change the opacity of the text. So if you make it 40, it's lighter. Make it 100. So you can experiment on all of these. Now what happens if I bring this text on top of this rectangle? So you can see in the layers as well that the text is placed above the rectangle. So if you want this text under this rectangle, all you have to do is drag it down like this. And it will go behind the rectangle. So this is rectangle 1. So let's drag it behind rectangle 1. And it's behind it. It's there. Okay. That's one way of doing it. Or you just have to select the element, right click, and you can send it to back, which goes entirely back. Or bring to front, which pushes it to the top again. Now, how to make a group? You can see if I drag this, only this is dragged out. Or if I drag the rectangle, only the rectangle is dragged out. Now I want to drag both of them together at once. So all you have to do is select the text, hold shift, select the rectangle as well by clicking on it, and click Ctrl G to make a group. Now this is called a group. And you can see the small arrow over here. If you click on it, you can see what are the elements inside that group. So now if you drag this out, they come together. Now if you want to ungroup it, you just have to right click and ungroup, and they are individuals again.